Claude Pierre.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I have a sister, a brother-in-law, and 5 little nieces that live only 3 houses down from this shelter. One of my precious little nieces is only 2.5 years old. I also have the most adorable 10-year-old twin nieces. I always pride myself on being one of the first relatives to be able to tell them apart at a young age. My older teenage nieces, I love them dearly. I first want to thank everyone for coming out today to raise our voice in unity and in strength to express our concerns of opening a shelter in this residential area in such close proximity to our children who are playing on the sidewalks, our wives and mothers who, after long hours of work, are walking the streets back at home at night, and our husbands and dads who are struggling to protect their families and preserve the values of their properties. We thank everyone for coming out today to express our anger at our mayor, our political representatives, who by their action or omissions have shown that they do not have the best interests of our children, our elders, our wives, and our families. We thank everyone for coming out today to express our confusion as to why we were not given any type of reasonable advance notice about the opening of this shelter in our residential community. Our confusion as to why we're not given an opportunity to voice an opinion on this issue that adversely impacted our property, our family, and our quality of life. If you will, let me share with you a typical day at my sister's house, which consists of my sister working long hours, 12-hour shift at the hospital, while my brother-in-law is with my little nieces as they play and ride their bike up and down this sidewalk. While my older nieces, like most teenagers, would always be making frequent trips to Queenston Mall. So you can imagine my anger and disbelief when my sister told me that she had just been notified after the fact of a shelter that has already been opened near her house. The shelter, the organization Queens Alliance has zero experience in administering these type of facilities, or at least no track record to speak of. We cannot find anything on Google, anything at all. I told her it must be a mistake because our mayor and our elected representatives would not place our children in such perils and dangers without first consulting with the community, allowing the community to have some sort of feedback on this dire issue. Sadly, I was wrong to speak so highly of our elected officials. I now realize we cannot simply rely on our mayors and political representatives. We need to stand up, we need to speak up, we need to fight on our own for our children. We understand there is a homeless issue in this city. We understand that these buildings, these facilities, but why open this shelter in this residential area that is highly dense with school-age children? Why would you open this shelter in a residential block that is already burdened with a social service center right across the street? Why would you basically roll out a red carpet to an organization without due diligence or adequate notice to the community? Shame on you, Mayor Bloomberg, you're better than that. Shame on you, Melinda Cass, you're better than that. Shame on you, Human Resource Administration, you're better than that. We must raise our voice to protect our children. We must raise our voice to protect the property. We must raise our voice to protect our community. So everyone repeat after me. No shelter here. No shelter here. No shelter here. Thank you.
Thank you very much for Mr. Pierre's inspiring